Hello, everybody, and welcome to this edition of the Racing Insiders podcast. I'm Kate Dillon from Crate Insider, and I'm here today with Steve Hendren from Hendren Racing Engines. And happy Monday, Steve. Happy New Year.
Yeah, Happy New Year.
Yeah. Happy New Year. Happy Monday. How was your first day back at work in the new year?
Well, considering I forgot to order a bunch of shit, not so good, but it'll be better tomorrow.
Dude, that's not a mistake you could be making in 2022.
Well, it was the end of 2021, and I just wanted the hell out of there, so that's how it worked out.
Wow. Yeah. I've been paying a lot of attention to supply chain and buying stuff, and it's been a thing.
Yep.
So, yeah, lots of new things. Alrighty. Pippi wants to be part of the show, so you want to pick him up?
No.
Okay.
Because he'll just scratch me.
He will not. He loves you. He thinks you're awesome. Yeah, see, he went to you first.
He was dead quiet until the freaking show started.
I know, and now he's decided he's going to participate. Right. So, anyway, obviously we got some major developments or news or whatever you want to say. This coming weekend, January 7th and 8th, is the Cars Racing Show in Hickory, North Carolina. The show hours Friday are from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. I know, it's my hair is in my face. Right. And if you can make it here the day before, on Thursday night, we were having an awesome party at Fresh Chef in Conover, North Carolina. That starts at 6. So from about 6 to about 10. And the podcast Chicken Bone Alley is going to be there. They're going to be doing some interviews. So really, really great that I got to meet them this year for for being able to talk about the show. So that's coming up. And I said all of that, and the tickets, if you want to buy them in advance, are $10 in advance or $15 at the door. Yes, there will be things sold at the show, and we still have some spots for swap meet. If you want to have a swap meet booth and bring some race car parts, you're redoing your car this year, then you are welcome to sign up for the swap meet. All of that is at carsracingshow.com.
You can do everything in one spot. Out with the old, in with the new.
Agreed. Yeah. Get yourself a pocket full of money from selling your old stuff. Yep. Or like in my case, I'm bringing some stuff from Crate Insider. We just end up with like one-offs or a sample from a video or like you order Chevy distributors and you get Ford distributors.
Which has happened.
Just random. But you don't notice it until like 6 months later. So by that time, not even sure which distributor you got it from. So as far as like, who you bought it from.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just end up with this brand new stuff, perfectly fine. Oh, I even have an outerwears that isn't what we sell.
Right.
It was just, I don't know, thrown in there. Yeah. And it's hard to check everything. I mean, if you always just buy black outerwears, Anyway, so random stuff. All right, so I see some folks are here joining us. If you have any tech questions, feel free to drop them in, or any kind of questions, feel free to drop them in, and we answer them live right here on the show. And then you can listen to us later on iTunes or Google Podcasts, any of those different outlets, wherever you listen to podcasts, or you can watch us on YouTube or Facebook, whichever you prefer. I'd like to meet you where you are. All right. So Scott's here from California. He says, where we just say no to mothballs. Mothballs in fuel was a topic last week. I see Bottoms Racing Team says, Happy New Year, Kate and Steve.
Absolutely.
And Tim Pato, you think he's a friend of yours, says hi to both of us. There's Andy Garris. Hey, guys. So excited. Oh, wow. Yeah, so excited about the show coming up this weekend. And Andy and Pro Fabrication and Buck from Daytona 1. I mean, we've all been very involved in the show and in the party. And, we're so thankful to our sponsors.
I want to know if the head salesman, Cooper, from Pro Fabrication is going to be in attendance.
He won't be. I'm just going to speak because I actually did get a call if we could allow any animals into the show.
Mm-hmm. Cooper's not an animal. He's a human dressed like an animal.
Well, I did learn from the convention center that they don't allow animals unless it's an emotional support animal and you have the paperwork. So you can't just say it's an emotional support dog.
I got you.
Because I've already had that question. We contacted the convention center.
Can we make some paperwork really quick?
You're a minister. That happened 5 minutes online. I am sure that
we can have an emotional support dog.
10 minutes and $50 away from having paperwork.
Yep.
Would be my guess.
Well, what we can do is say it's Bree's emotional support dog because she's marrying Andy.
Oh my God.
There you go. See?
Wow. Wow. All right. And I see J. Mike Burns is here saying hello, Kate. Hello, Steve. He said hello to me first. Just saying. All right. We got some questions now.
All
so
right,
let's go ahead and jump into some questions. I see Ryan is here. He says, do I need to remove the foam in my cell if I plan to run E85?
This has been a popular question I've been answering at the shop here recently, and I think we touched on it last week. I would contact your fuel cell manufacturer and make sure the foam that you originally purchased is compatible with E85 or methanol. If it's not, they're going to tell you need to buy new foam, which you may want to do. I'm not going to, it's about like, getting the jab. I'm not a medical expert, so I'm not going to tell you whether to get the jab or not, but you can remove it, yes. Or you can buy new foam from your fuel cell manufacturer and make it compatible with the E85 you're going to be using.
That's a good answer. And I am not laughing at the question. It's just Pippi. He's, you have to kind of hit. Sometimes he wants to play and whatever. But he's just
been
going
mild, like for the last hour.
Yeah, he's got this toy now, this ball with a feather on it, and he was just throwing it around and he was killing it over here.
Oh, I want to kill it too. I like it.
So he was just cracking me up. He doesn't usually solo play with his toys. All right. Let's see. More questions. Glenwood Motorsports, what is the cost to refresh a 602?
At my place, it's right at $3,000.
And that's for your top end and bottom end?
Yeah, correct. That's complete. Go through it, completely remachine the entire engine per GM specs, and then reassemble it, obviously 100% legal, and seal it with either Crate USA or Rush Seals, depending on where you're located.
Gotcha. Michael says he sent me a message on Facebook about the show. Get back with me. Hey, I will. Sorry about that, Michael. I will get back with you after the show here for sure. All right. Robert says, Steve, when will Profab start building modified headers?
That's like a better question for Andy, but from what I understand, and I'm not speaking for them, I mean, he can probably speak to this better than I can, and this would be a good question for him. But there's like 82,000 modified chassis, and to get something you can justify producing in the quality that they produce at is going to be kind of a challenge. So I mean, if you can get probably, I don't know, I mean, again, I'm not speaking for them, I mean, if you can get 10 chassis that are roughly the same, maybe they can produce headers for that one brand that's the same as 10 others, that kind of thing. I know the street stocks have been a little bit of a challenge for them in that aspect, but there's much less street stock chassis builders than there is modified chassis builders.
Well, yeah, with modifieds, all the right sides are the same, but like BA has like 30 different left sides.
Yeah.
Depending on not only what kind of chassis you have, but what year your chassis is.
And then getting that built and then sitting on those until you're able to sell them is kind of a deal too.
Yeah, I mean, it's really kind of hard to get to that critical mass. Plus, we sell out of dirt late model headers about as fast as they produce them at this point.
And then I know there's also, it'd be something like our NRO version stuff where, unless you pay like IMCA, for instance, which is obviously the biggest modified thing in the nation.
Sanctioning body.
Unless you pay them an assload of money to sponsor their series, they're not going to legalize your stuff. So.
Well, or even if you do, they still don't. I mean, whatever the tech guy says is what goes. All right. Mike says, what does Steve clean his hands with? The engine builders I know have perpetually black hands. Do you wear gloves, Steve? My main thing is trust me, sometimes I do, but that's my pet peeve. I cannot stand having dirty, nasty hands. Yeah. So what do you use to clean them?
I use that, what is it? That pumice Gojo type of stuff. And then one of my secrets from years ago, back when, well, it's not so much a secret, but like if they get really black, I use automatic transmission fluid.
Really?
And then I clean them with the
I was waiting for carb cleaner to be one of the things.
No.
Okay.
No. No, and the other thing is too, I work on race engines, not nasty diesels or
by the time they get into your office,
yeah, I mean,
they've already been all of the parts have been
Correct.
cleaned. So you're dealing with all fresh, like assembly lube, and
correct.
You're not dealing with greasy, grimy road grind engines. Yeah, it makes sense. Makes sense. All right, Michael is here. He says, I'm new to the crate racing scene, but when is the next classes for late model to learn? That would be the Race Logic Chassis School, and that is happening on January 15th and 16th. That one is sold out. However, one of the things I personally do is I work with Brian Littleton at Race Logic, and I go and film them. And then those classes are available online and for a discounted price, I believe, compared to what the live class is. But then you can watch it over and over again, and it's split into little sections. Make it into bite-sized pieces so you can.
And one of the cool things about that too is even if you purchase that, and it could be me or Chip from CVR or Matt or anybody like that, you can still call and ask questions. I mean, you buy the class or go to the class, or even if you don't, you're welcome to call and ask people questions.
Well, and at that point too, you've got such a better basis of knowledge to be able to ask a pointed question about your specific situation.
Correct.
So for instance, this afternoon, it's 5:30. I'm sitting at my desk because I've got to try to crank out and all the accounting stuff. And I get a phone call, and the guy asks me, says, yeah, I just started watching your videos and you got some good stuff there. And I just got a 602. So what do you suggest?
That's an open-ended question.
I mean, well, wow. I mean, I have a whole YouTube channel with 500 videos on it about all the things you could do with your, so if you've got something that's,
you want to be a little more specific than that.
If they're going to call you instead of just what to do, great. Right. I've got a video on that. Right. Just watch that one. And then, if you can get it down to, hey, here's my situation. Which of these distributors should I use? Or these are my rules. I mean, then you can have a much more productive discussion rather than, well, it's my first day. What should I do?
Right.
Please take 2 hours of your time and explain every single thing that I should do on a personal basis. Right. I loved that.
No, but I think obviously since that's sold out, if you can purchase that online, which I'm sure it's very reasonable, after the show, then that's going to lead you. That's going to lead you to a lot of the questions you may have.
Really will.
Or answers a lot of the questions you may have.
For sure. I mean, it's so valuable. I've been involved with them for several years, and I don't have a big basis of knowledge, but you mentioned, hey, you've been doing this since you were 16 years old. Yeah. And when you went to the Race Logic class, you were like, well, I actually learned something.
I learned chassis shit I never knew about.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible. Okay, next up.
Well, I might have known about it, but I didn't know enough about it to be, comment on it or be wise about it.
Man. All right, next up. Brian says, y'all got more snow than us here in New York. Actually, we didn't.
We got zero.
We got zero here, which is fine with me. Yeah. I was actually thinking the other day, hey, you know what?
I hate snow. So
I got my quota. I grew up in Minnesota and Iowa. I have my full lifetime quota. Like, here's my snow card. All the boxes are checked. I'm good.
And I hate snow because this entire town shuts down if we get an inch. So.
Oh my God. Yeah. Yeah. It's crazy.
So,
it's crazy.
I'm good with no snow.
Okay. All right. Terry Theory says, hey, hi from Central Coast, California. That's great. All right. Trina says, hey, y'all, why are the steel mufflers 3 out versus the stainless 3.5? Are the 3s for the 602? Actually, the 3s are for the 602 or the 604.
Correct.
And I don't know why you went with the 3.5 on those stainless ones when the stainless came
because
out.
We tested both with the Profabs. And on that particular header, that 3.5 out works better.
Okay.
On the 3 in, 3 out were originally designed with Dynatech. And on that particular header, the 3 in, 3 out worked a little bit better.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the difference between winning or losing a race either way, but when you're looking for just max numbers, that's what worked best in that application.
And they work really good with 602s as well, which is why we put them on the 602 headers.
Yeah, the 602, we put the 3 in, 3 out.
Yep. Okay. Oh, and we have the answer. Andy's here answering the question about the Profab and modifieds. He says, It's been in the works for a year or so now, but will be very limited when it comes to chassis.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're gonna have, just one or two styles, and it's like either you have a Harris or a Shaw or a Lethal or whatever, or you don't.
Yeah.
Like those are gonna be the
or
choices.
you don't until your chassis builder build around them. Honestly.
Yep. Oh, Dave! I talked to Dave Hammond last night, and he says just got done loading up for the car show. He's going to be heading on down.
Nice.
Really excited here. Oh, and your buddy Pat is here. Says hi, guys. Hey guys, have a great show. Absolutely. Thank you for being here. And another question for Profab. Mike says, does Profab build headers, exhaust systems for dirt car Northeast modifieds?
That is completely a question for
Andrew Garris. Yes. So Andy can answer that question, and I'm not sure.
I know they do for big block stuff, or I'm 99% sure they do for big block stuff.
Okay.
I don't know about the 602 stuff up there.
Yeah, not sure. I'm not sure. So that's really a good question there. But yeah, I'm so excited about the show. I can tell. Yes, I am. I don't get excited about much. I mean, I don't know. I used to get randomly excited about lots of things, but now it's like,
well, and this year, no stupid masks.
No masks. No. We've been got the question for sure. Like, what would be the reason we would shut down? Well, we had this show in 2020 during full lockdown. The only way we don't do this show is if Walmart's closed. If Walmart is shut down,
or the National Guard show up to shut you down.
Well, there's that. But they better be shutting down Walmart.
Exactly.
That's all I got to say about that.
Yep.
Because if retail is essential, which it's always been in North Carolina,
yep,
that's where we are. So, hey, be safe, be healthy. I'm going to be taking extra vitamin C and D to stay healthy. You just never know. You better not be a vector for me right now.
I mean,
just saying. You're
going to catch a cold.
Yeah. Well, that would be inconvenient for me. I don't like that at all. Oh, I see Karen's here saying Happy New Year. Oh, and then we've got another good question here from Glenwood Motorsports. What fuel PSI should I run for a 602 on X85?
I'd talk to your carburetor manufacturer, but like on our stuff, we run about 9 pounds. The stuff we build.
Right.
Yep.
And back to the Profab question. He says, yes, they do big blocks and open small blocks. So they're not dirt legal for 602s or the 358s.
Okay.
So good to know there.
So
yes.
Handy having Andy on.
Yep, absolutely. Handy having Andy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I know Andy's been on the show before.
I know, yes.
Yeah. We liked bringing out.
We actually did a show from his big deck on 4th of July that one time.
We did. Andy literally has the biggest deck I've ever seen. He really does. Yeah, in his backyard. Biggest deck I've seen at a house ever. Just want to make sure in case anyone's hearing that incorrectly.
Yeah.
But it's still fun to say. All right, here we go. Got Gino has a 602 crate on pump gas, 500 CFM carb. Is there a big advantage using headers versus center dump manifold? It's a street stock.
1,000%. Yeah, you want headers all the time. And it really doesn't even matter what header it is. If your choice is a header or center dumps.
Okay.
No, center dumps of course, center dumps would be the best of what you can use for exhaust manifolds, but you 1,000% want a header if you can go with a header.
Great to know.
Even a shorter tube header, something that we don't consider makes power, is way better than exhaust manifolds.
Great. Okay, next up, Michael says, what fuel do you recommend starting out on a 604, or does it really matter? On my hobby stock, I ran pump gas E85.
If you're running E85, then that's what I would stick with.
Well, that was pump gas E85.
Well, pump E85, yeah. I mean, me personally, I would certainly prefer, buy it by the drum from a fuel manufacturer E85 because you don't run into the water content issues and stuff like that. But that being said, if you have a reliable place you've bought it from before and you haven't run into any issues with it, then I wouldn't be opposed to just running it out the pump.
Wow. Wow. Bottoms Racing Team said that's what she said. You gotta love a good usage of that's what she said. I used to love The Office. Oh my gosh, I've seen all the episodes. Maybe that's what I need to do is another Office marathon. I love The Office.
That's why I did my whole Seinfeld all over again.
Yeah.
Because I'm a hardcore Seinfeld fan.
So what are you watching these days? Let's share our television playlist.
Well, last thing I watched was Cobra Kai, so I like binged that shit.
So did I. Saturday.
And
all day.
watched everything.
All night. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Cobra Kai is awesome.
Yep.
You know, I have only ever seen the first Karate Kid movie. I've never even seen the rest of them. So sometimes when they've got these other references, like I don't even know, like,
right.
You know, I know that I'm seeing a scene that was shot back in the 80s.
Well, it's still great.
Oh, absolutely. And you don't need to. I mean, basic concept of Karate Kid. Just got to love how they brought all of those actors together again as adults.
Oh,
I mean, it's really incredible. Yep. Love that series. What else are you watching these days?
Yeah, I don't know. I've watched several different things. I can't think of anything off the top of my head, but.
Oh, well.
Of course, Ozark's coming out, I think, in the next week or two, like season 4 of that, I believe.
Well, we both watched a movie separately, too. Don't Look Up.
Oh, yeah.
That was so good. You guys, if you haven't seen it on Netflix, definitely worth watching.
Oh, I watched a badass Western the other day when I was like not feeling so good after New Year's and like was sitting at home watching TV all day. So
Hangover.
It's actually on YouTube. You can like buy it on YouTube. It's called Old Henry.
Oh.
It's a freaking great Western. I thought it was.
Interesting.
Yep.
Yeah. Interesting.
There's that.
Cool. Yeah, I watched some other series. Oh, and I started watching on Netflix the show called Manifest.
Yeah, you told me about that. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I just started it yesterday, so I'm like on season 1. I don't know. It's kind of fun. I don't feel like I'm sucked in or anything.
Yeah, I kind of watched the preview stuff. I'm like, not really my thing.
I don't know. They kept throwing the previews in front of my face, like every single time. It was either that or The Witcher. That's what they.
Oh, The Witcher. Yeah, I watched that whole season too.
Yeah,
The Witcher. To me, Witcher this year was like better than it was last year, especially like a lot of people like because of the timeline confusion in season 1. A lot of people just didn't get it until about like the 8th episode.
Yeah, you know, I think it was one of those that I watched like the first 20 minutes of it, and I was like, I don't know.
But this year it was all one timeline, so it was really understandable. Yeah.
Oh, because you're trying to tell backstories and all this other stuff.
Well, it's just different timeline.
Okay. Gotcha. All right. Fred says, listen into the Red Clay podcast. Yeah, that'll be another one I'll check out. I mean, if it's a racing podcast, I really love it. There's just no such thing as having too many podcasts out there, and love being able to collaborate with other podcasters and radio personalities as well. I know that I have an interview with Lenny Baticki from PRN at the Track that's coming out soon here. And again, I loved being on Chicken Bone Alley's podcast. And also I was on Tom Baker's show. So podcasts are great. Love them. Oh, Earl is here. Earl Ramey is here. And Earl Ramey, of course, is the engine builder from Earl Ramey Racing Engines, and he will be displaying in the ProFab booth. And he's also a big part of being part of the party that we're having. And he has announced, I'm going to make this for you, Steve, no shots this weekend. No shots this weekend.
I don't believe that for 1 second.
Yeah. We had a good time.
Hey, last year, I actually made it to the show at 9:00. I think I walked out to have a cigarette at about 12, and Earl was just coming in. So is that why he's saying that?
I think he might be. Yeah, he might be. Maybe we might need to protect Earl from himself. Yeah. It's funny. I think you haven't experienced a racing trade show until you've had to roll in hungover one day. I mean, I've certainly done it at PRI.
Oh God.
I won't be doing it this weekend. I can tell you that. I got way too much to do, but yeah.
You actually have a responsibility.
He says. Oh, and so about the Red Clay podcast, Fred says it's about the Dixie Mafia, and that's great. Ranking all the way. So Glenn says ranking all the way, and Upchurch. Not really sure. So he's got 1880.
TV shows.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Okay, cool deal.
Yeah, the 1883 or 18, whatever the hell that is. That's supposed to be before you. I haven't even watched Yellowstone, so I keep hearing about it, but I don't know.
No. I watched one episode.
I heard it's really good.
It is really good, but it just happens to be on one of the very few channels that I'm not subscribed to. Right. And it's like, do I really need another subscription? And from what I hear, yes, I do. I just haven't gotten to it yet. I think I can watch it on
all
YouTube.
you need is the one special channel.
Okay.
Or the one special website that you don't have to pay anything for.
Yeah, you
might have to wait a few days for it to come out after it.
Well, that's how I watched, Game of Thrones back in the day. But when you get a big enough TV, it gets really distorted. I mean, I know I can hook up my HDMI cable to a laptop and all that.
Yeah, that's what I do.
But, I'm not, it's not about laziness. It's about, you know what? I deserve quality. So I'm just going to go ahead and, pay the $10 and be done with it.
I'm like one of those dudes who used to have all the illegal cards and all the shit for my satellite and have everything open and all that stuff. So I'm like anti-pay for anything I don't have to.
Cheap.
You might call it that, but damn it, I've watched a lot of good shit for free. That's all I can say.
Oh my gosh. All right, here's another question, Michael. And Michael, he says, this is my last question for this week. You don't have to make this your last question. Keep asking them. That's what we're here for. But anyway, he says, I was running an E85 750 CFM and ran flawlessly. He cammed a 350 Vortec. Will it be too much for the 604 crate?
Yes. Yeah. It will be. I mean, on the stuff we're building, we're all the way down to 600 billet center sections, which I'm assuming that probably the carburetor you're referring to is probably going to be like an HP style center section. And the stuff we're using now way exceeds what that is, both power wise and acceleration. Gotcha. So yeah, that will be too big, in my opinion, of what you need.
Yep. Earl says, I am so not looking forward to Friday night. Might be one before I get there. So the party's Thursday. The first party round one is Thursday. First day of the show is Friday. Friday night, we plan on going to downtown Hickory. I think that's going to be fun.
Oh, I hadn't even heard about that yet.
Oh, yeah, totally planning. I mean, we don't have like one event scheduled, but Jimmy and I did a video talking about where we're going in Hickory. So going to the tavern downtown. And, and so there's nothing like official. Yeah. Oh, and the tap room, whichever it was.
Tap room.
Yeah, the tap room.
Yeah. The one by the railroad station and all that.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's a few other ones. There's like this Moon place that Jimmy likes going to.
Yeah.
And there's another bar down there.
I got you.
So they've got this really cool courtyard down there in Hickory now. So we'll be doing some, probably taking some shuttles and that type of thing. Yeah.
Hey, Ramy, take some liver medicine. I'm going to need some too, probably.
Oh my gosh. We could have the battle of the engine builders and like film it shot for shot.
No. No, we're not going to do that.
No, really? No. Really? Oh, Earl says I'm on it. Yep. Probably for the liver medication. No, that would be fun. Battle of the engine builders.
No. Yeah. No, because you've seen me when I drink too much liquor.
I'm just thinking it'd be just kind of fun to have.
Well, it depends on the kind of liquor.
Yeah.
Whether it's. Yeah, it really depends.
Or if somebody throws a Coors Light in there.
God, no, I don't
your nemesis.
Yeah, or like your Limerita.
I cannot drink. Those itty bitty baby tiny Limeritas.
I've watched her drink a half a freaking fifth of vodka by herself, and then 2 freaking baby Limeritas, and she's off her head, freaking stumbling and falling down.
I'm done. I don't know. It's
unbelievable.
Little Limeritas are my kryptonite. Little kryptonite.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I can drink about a half a fifth of whiskey, and I'll be paying for it the next day.
And Earl's like, oh hell no, we did last year, having like the shot battles, right? And Joe says, will you both be at the show in Hickory, North Carolina? Absolutely.
Yep, absolutely.
Yes. And I will definitely be there because I'm there for Crate Insider.
I've got like a pseudo booth, so I'll be like just hanging out at the Crate Insider booth, basically is what I'll be doing.
Yeah, and I have 3 separate booths, and I'm one of the show organizers, so I'm going to be there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I legit do. I have 3 separate booths. Yes. One of them, I just got body pieces from 5 Star. So I will have Dirt Late Model MD3 Evolution 2 noses and rocker panels. So if you've been needing noses and rocker panels,
you'll have like a ass load of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they all got shipped into the shop the other day. Yeah. I've got like freaking 45 engines stacked up. And she ships in these giant pallets. Like I'm talking like $1,500 pallets. I mean, 1,500 pound pallets. And my little piece of shit forklift could like barely get up the ramp to get the shit inside. Yeah, it was a whole deal.
Please hang on to it till Tuesday. Please hang on to it till Tuesday till we'll get a U-Haul truck. Maybe that's what I need by next year is have my own box truck or something. That'd be fun. Okay. All right. Andy says, I just made a bet with Bree that I'm not going to drink this weekend.
What's the bet? I want to know what the bet is.
Oh, just knowing that there was a bet involved, you've already lost, Andy.
Well, no, I'm assuming he's betting he's not. She's betting he is.
Right.
That's what I would assume.
Oh, and I'm going to assume that Bree is right.
Obviously.
Yeah, Andy's not going to give up this opportunity to have so much fun with his friends.
Or the bet could be the other way. If she's smart, it'll be like, I'll bet you drink. He's like, I bet I don't.
Well, no, I mean, I'm saying that he bets he doesn't.
Right.
Yeah. And Earl's like, yeah, laughing my ass off, really? Yeah, no.
We got to make this like, I know what we should do.
What should we do?
We make Andy's bachelor party weekend.
Oh, well, I mean, that's kind of like like your Christmas and birthday mixed together. Now,
no, we can do that Saturday.
This could be the bachelor party pre-party. That's
what we'll do. This is the bachelor party pre-party.
Yeah. That's what we can do. Is the pre-party or something? Yeah, that'd be funny. Okay. Oh, this is a good question here. Michael says, "Have you ever refreshed a Mullins 604 crate killer motor? I've took it apart on some of the stuff. Didn't seem right spec wise."
No, I have not. Their crate killer is not even a 604. The crate killer is designed to get rid of the 604.
Yeah. So it's a built engine.
No, it's nothing that I've ever messed with.
But super smart guy. Yeah.
I mean, nothing against the dude. I mean, do what you got to do. But
you know what? No. I didn't even call him this year. It would have been great to have him come down. I think I called him last year, and it was a possibility to come down to the show. I
got nothing against guy. I mean, like I said, he does like everybody else. I mean, we were fortunate enough. My dad recognized the way racing was going to go back in the day, and we went straight legit. Before he passed away, he said, "If you guys ever get screwed over by a certain person," he said, you and your brother go into making the most illegal shit you could possibly make and get away with it. We've never had to do that, fortunately, because we've got Crate Racing USA and we've got Rush. Mm-hmm. So, no, we've never had to do that. But, hey, guys that have to do that, keep the doors open, I'm good with it. It's just a challenge. I'm not good with it because I don't condone it. I don't promote it. Well, but
his stuff isn't illegal. So where Chad Mullins is building engines is for the Midwest, where you have a built option.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about 604 stuff. He's talking about a crate killer. I'm talking about a 604.
Okay.
Right? So on the stuff we do, no, we're 100% by the book. We have to be. So I do know that there are some things out there that have been not right, that have been through certain shops. So that's nothing that we would do. I understand it if other people have to do it.
That's not what this is either.
I just fucking said that is a 604 crate killer motor, right?
Well, the crate killer, so that it would run with the 604s. Kind of like how we've got these series that run a built option and a...
Do you not think I know what I'm talking about?
I think you're having a different conversation.
All right. I'm going to shut the fuck up.
Well, no, I mean, you're talking about the guys that cheat them up. I'm not going to sit here and accuse Chad Mullins.
I'm not accusing anybody of cheating anything up. I'm just saying that we do things the way we do it. So I've got nothing against whatever that guy does with whatever he does on. I'm just saying we do things a certain way.
Okay.
So there you go.
Yeah. Okay. All right. And Mike says, hopefully the local bars watch this show so they will know to order extra stock.
No shit.
Yeah. We drank all of the liquor and all of the beer.
Right.
Out of last year, didn't we?
Yes. Yeah, they ran out.
Wow. And Michael says, and yes, it was sealed with IMCA seals. I mean, different rules. I mean, with your built engines and your crate engines in the IMCA series have different rules attached to them.
I know nothing about it, so I'm just going to shut up.
Yeah. Oh, Earl loves it when we argue. That's what he says. Ha 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 ha. Love it. Oh, right. Oh, I forgot to ask this question. So Cameron's asking it for me. It says, "What's in the cup tonight, Steve?"
Nah, it's just ultra.
Ultra. I'm drinking water with coconut drops in it.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Hydrate. Gotta hydrate. For sure. For sure. Yeah, so that's pretty much my whole week. Just getting ready for the show, going to the show. I'm pretty excited. I'm packing up tomorrow and I'm going down Wednesday to get, the show things set up. And you're coming down Thursday evening for the party and you'll be there on both show days, Friday and Saturday.
Yeah.
Cool. That'll be great. Yeah. Yeah. Lots of great events. Lots of great, exciting stuff coming up in January. And, it's one of the reasons why we moved our show to Mondays because, well, we're gone on most of these weekends or going to be worn out.
What's up, buddy?
Pippi acts like he gets no attention and he gets to be by my side most of the time. Oh, and Cameron says, thumbs up, unleaded.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's pretty fun. That's pretty fun. What else you got, Steve?
That's it.
Yeah. If you guys have any other questions, feel free to drop them in. I think that's all my announcements. I'll be back tomorrow with Top 5 Tuesday. I do that show at 2:00 on Tuesdays and just talk about our top 5 products of the week. I was going to do like a big blowout of like the top 21 of 21, but I think it's time to just put 2021 behind us. And besides, I'm packing for the show. So just going to do a top 5 show.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. That's great. That's great. Oh, Michael says to you, props for staying legal.
Well,
yeah.
That's how we roll.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that means you can be trustworthy and guys never have to worry about having a victory that they would lose over something very small.
No, never.
Something very minor. And it's your reputation.
Well, I mean, nobody can never say never. I mean, goddamn, we're all humans. So, everybody can make a fucking mistake here and there. But no, take it to the bank that we're not doing anything wrong. Mm-hmm. Although we get accused of it all the time.
Yeah. Not even going to say it. We don't need to get an argument about something mean. So, those cheated up Hendren engines.
Oh, the 525s?
No, I'm just saying, no. Just how people like to say that it's cheated up. I have seen the dumbest comments this week. Oh my gosh. Open up any one of these buy-sell groups and watch anybody trying to sell a crate engine, no matter what price they've gone on it. Because the people in the comments don't realize how much the prices have gone up. And so they're in there like, man, what do you mean you're selling that crate engine for like $5,500? It's like $3,800 all day. And
well, I actually had a customer of mine who won a free engine try to sell me that free 604 for $8,000. I'm like, no, sorry, we'll wait. Because that's not what they're going to cost when they come out. So no.
Wow.
Maybe I might sell it to somebody. I have no idea. But
well, yeah.
I'm like, here's what I'll pay you, and that was it.
Well, I don't know. It's like water in the desert. If it's the only option, if you got a pocket full of money and you can't get water, and you're willing to pay any price, but
we'll be able to get water at some point,
right?
So it's not. I would rather give somebody their deposit back than pay entirely too much for a fucking engine. Basically, is what it comes down to.
Yep. All right. Fred says, a Walker air filter question. I run an 11-inch round by 6-inch tall K&N. What would be equivalent? And thanks to you both. I don't know. I just saw the 14-inch stuff.
I don't know if there is. Yeah. What's the application? What? That's such a weird size.
I would say take a look at Walker's website. I just do the stuff for a crate engine, so that's why we have the 14-inch. So I use a 14x3 or a 14x4, but you're welcome to check out their site. They do make filters for other applications, sprint cars and things like that. And so I would just say, take a look at their website. And I think that's WalkerAirSep.com, if I'm not mistaken. Otherwise, just like look up Walker air filters or Walker performance air filtration.
Yep.
Any of those kind of things to Google will get you into the right spot. Anyway. Yeah.
They originally got the start, I think, sprint car stuff, right?
Probably.
I think because Tyler Walker,
yes,
his brother. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. But
so I'm pretty sure that's where they got sprint car midget.
Well, they also do other filtration, like for HVAC systems.
Well, of
and
course,
things like
yeah,
that's
but-
like the bigger part of their business. But
I
on
mean,
the
as far
racing
as like the
side-
racing side of things.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And then we've got of course, all the late model stuff, and
Mhm.
they've got some different applications. But I just kind of stay in my lane,
Yeah.
just stay in my lane, and kind of do my thing, and that's about what
Best
I
way to
stick
go.
to there. Yeah, well, it makes it so you can specialize and
Yep.
be aware of just stay in your lane. I'm all about that. And Fred says he's got a 602 crate in a Northeast Dirt Modified. So that's interesting. An 11 by 6 versus a 14 by 3. I mean,
Yeah.
a new air filter base, and you'd be good to go. And that would help.
My
Pippy's
God, dude.
back. He has been like this super vocal. Normally he just ignores us during the podcast,
I know.
but he has been all about it today.
He wants more tuna.
I know, he is so spoiled. Ever since I introduced, come here and say hi. There's Pippi. Nobody can see
you
who.
can't see him.
I know,
it's
because
like
I'm wearing
on
a black sweatshirt and he's black.
And he's entirely thrilled that you're holding up.
I know he is. Oh, he's a sweet little guy, though. All right. So that was Pippi. Pippi, I need to put a little name tag up so when he comes up that he can. Yeah, he's totally invisible. Yeah, he might also be like a green screen for Pippi because we're both wearing black. Yeah, that's not helping.
It's his tail.
Yeah, yeah, which is always like straight up in the air. Pippi's hilarious.
Yeah, all you see is his eyes or his asshole. Because his eyes are always wide ass open and his asshole's always showing because his tail's straight up in the damn air.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. All right, we got a couple more questions here, Steve.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's see. Hey, Steve, what will a mean 602 be built? Oh, I don't know if that's sure if that means horsepower or torque or what. I'm not sure.
I'm not sure.
Okay, so Glenwood Motorsports, should I run an oil temp gauge on my 602? And if so, where is a good place to put the temperature sensor?
I would not, because it'll scare the living shit out of you. So no, don't run one. Our own house car, I mean, it's not a 602, but 604, and the same thing applies to a 604. Just hide that. I mean, if you got one in there, just take it out. Honestly, I mean, it'll just scare the living shit out of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, don't.
Okay.
I've personally raced crate since, God, 07, and here, up until about 5 years ago, I raced and let my kid do it now. But I personally have blown up 7 crate engines myself. And not one single engine that I've blown up have I been like, oh my God, the oil temperature's 300. It might explode. No. It's like, oh, the oil temperature is like 240. Oh yeah, I just dropped a valve, or I just broke a piston, right? You know what I mean? I've never seen a failure from oil temperature.
Good to know. All right, here's a good one. Matt says, how much more power does the billet center section carb make versus a stock center section in a 602 crate?
On average, 10.
Oh, wow. I didn't know the answer to that.
Versus a HP style center section.
Yeah. All right. Here's a good one. Is a K&N, and this is from Doug, he says, is a K&N flow control filter with the contoured base a better choice than a standard air cleaner? $357 on gas.
K&N is what keeps engine builders in business. So I'm going to say no. If it wasn't for K&N, I mean, hell, I don't know. You might never need piston rings again. Or you get double life out of your engine. No, I'm not a K&N fan. Never have been, never will be. The oil filters also suck. Just saying. They're not coming to the show, are they?
They won't, no.
Oh, okay, well then,
No.
yeah, screw them. No.
We were clearly not sponsored by K&N.
We flew to California, right?
Yes.
What did I buy for a face mask?
A K&N.
I had a K&N freaking face mask to wear on the damn plane. You know why?
Because
They
it'll
make
let all the dirt and debris
Because
through.
it lets everything through and everything out. So, no, I'm not a fan.
Oh, gosh. Oh, man. All right. Sean says, hey, Steve, what will it cost me to get a mean-ass 604 built?
Like, if it's a rebuild on average, it's like $3,200. if it's a new one, depending on what my actual cost will be on the new 604s, which I sell them directly to my customer for the same price I pay for them. What was the price?
So much of it depends on all the
everything's changing so much.
No, it changes all the time.
The actual engine price with what we do to it and all that. If the price is going to be what I think it might be, the hell is it? I think it's like $9,800 is what it's going up to.
What, for the engine itself?
No, the engine blueprinted,
okay, gotcha.
Sealed, oil filter.
Yeah,
the whole 9 yards.
And then
sealed. Everything.
Well, then it just becomes an a la carte menu as far as what front drive you want and distributor.
He was asking about an engine.
Right.
So I'm not talking about like everything else.
Well, a mean ass 604. So, depends on what else.
That's an engine.
Yeah.
Depends on what else you get.
Yeah.
I think our whole complete package based around that price, you're looking like $15,800.
Gotcha. All right. Mikey says, have a great show this weekend. No stress and have fun. Of course, we loved seeing Mikey. He flew out from Oregon last year to come to the show. He and his wife, it was wonderful to have them at the show. And so we've attracted.
Slacking off this year, not coming.
I know. We're going to miss Mikey. We're going to miss him for sure. Okay. Doug is back.
Doug.
He says, is the contoured base worth using with a different filter? I don't know what K&N contoured base he's talking about, air filter base. Of course, we've got our Crate Insider flat air filter base. So.
Right. The best thing that I've ever tested, we've tested the contoured base because of the one that I think Furman provided or whatever. No, the best thing I've ever tested is the flat air filter base. I mean, let me rephrase that. That flat air filter base with the billet center section.
Oh, gotcha.
With an HP or like, some classes they still offer like a choke horn and, standard Holley style center section, then no, it's not the filter I'd go with.
Well, so this contoured base, have you found applications? Sounds like Doug wants to run this contoured base. So
no.
Okay. Gotcha. All right. Jerry's here, says hi, Kate and Steve. Or hi, Steve and Kate. Yeah, she said your name first.
That's how it's supposed to be pronounced.
Whatever it takes, right? Oh, well, cool deal. Well, are you ready for the show, Steve?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm too.
I'm ready to get shit done this week and then go to the show. That's what I'm ready for.
Yeah, I think that'll be my actual real.
We're so far behind right now; it's ridiculous. I think 12 weeks out.
Holy hell!
Yep.
Wow.
So.
Well, thanks for coming to the show because you'll be able to have some valuable information and
God, I ate jalapenos again tonight. I should not have done that. I'm feeling it right there. Damn.
You know what? I have zero sympathy for you.
Yeah, I know. I did last night too.
Zero. Oh yeah, comes over here burping. He's all like, "Oh, I had jalapenos." I'm like, this is going to do this to you. Why do you do this?
I like them.
Yeah. You know what? I need to try to find out if there's. I was actually just shopping for essential oils today. I have not run across a jalapeno essential oil, but if I do, I will hook you up, and that way you can have the flavor. Hopefully, the flavor without the heartburn.
No, thanks. I'm good.
Oh my God, that's great. All right. And Mikey says that means a lot. He's going to be back. All right. C. Evans says, would you recommend having a brand new 602 blueprinted from top to bottom or just the top end?
If you'd asked me that 8 months ago, I'd have told you just top end. With the absolute crap we've seen here recently, I would say do the whole thing.
Now, are you still seeing that?
Yes.
Okay. Just asking.
So we have permission from the racing series that we deal with to actually, do like GM should have done and actually go in and actually drill the lifter valley at the back, 2 corners for the, the correct size oil drain back holes. And then everything that I've seen come through, like the rods are small.
And it's worth checking.
And I mean, even if there's a couple ways going about doing it, we can do that and, get the rod size correctly, stuff like that, put it back together, save you a few bucks, or while it's apart, we can just go ahead and blueprint the whole damn thing. And then you don't have to worry about nothing.
That's right. All right, Kevin's here. He says, hey, y'all from South Georgia. So welcome to the show. Oh, Brian Littleton is here from Race Logic. Of course, Brian, we were talking about Race Logic a little bit earlier, and he's headed out Thursday to the Cars Show. So you'll get to see, I think maybe Brian and I talked about him bringing one of his TVs and having like the Race Logic school on loop so you can get an idea of what the class is like and what the online version is like. And
now, are you going to do a show from there? So where you get to talk to some of these people that we're talking about tonight?
I don't know that I'll do a show, but I plan on. It's so much of it just depends on how many directions I get pulled into. But my plan is, or my hope is, between Thursday on move-in day and Friday, well, and actually Saturday too, I'll be recording some interviews, but then going live with others. So
well, that's what I was curious about. Yeah. I mean, would you be going live doing some stuff?
Yeah, that's my plan.
Because I think it'd be beneficial.
I think so. Yeah. I don't have like an official like Racing Insiders podcast show planned or anything, but I'll probably go live for some snippets, especially like with the race team or racetracks and things like that.
Yep.
All right. Here's a good question. Kaylin says, have you tried the Brisk multi-fire plugs on any of the crates, particularly the 602? Yeah.
Yes. And
I don't sell them for a reason.
And on the stuff we tried on the 602 and the 604, I didn't like them. I've got really good friends of mine that have tried them on 602s and said they work great but they're, that application, they're limited on what they can use for fuel.
Yeah.
So, I mean, do I think they work? Yeah, I do. Now, what I can tell you is like on a CT 525, they're freaking awesome. Mm-hmm. Absolutely amazing. So that will be the plug we use on those from now on. 602, 604, not so much, but I mean, for what we're able to do with like the open fuel rules and everything we're dealing with.
Right. All right. Mike says, this is an important question. He says, do you think people that put pineapple on pizza are weird?
I think it should be shot.
Okay. I prefer pineapple with Canadian bacon, but if they just have ham, so no, I don't think it's weird at all. And I think it's wonderful. Don't do that. You're going to get this show kicked off for whatever, some incitement.
It's just gross.
Whatever. Yeah.
It's just gross.
The list of things that you think are gross are, I mean, as far as food wise, you're just a picky eater. You don't like mushrooms.
Oh no, they're nasty too. Shit.
Yeah. You have all these things. So anyway. All right. Cameron says at Kate and Steve, we need to talk tires at the show. Woohoo. All right. Kyle says, can y'all recommend a good transmission shop? Huh. I mean, I sell transmissions.
Who's that dude that like rebuilds a bunch? Cook's transmission?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's Cook's. I think he might be in South Carolina. He does. If you're talking about like rebuilding bird spren and stuff like that, I know he does quite a few.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah. I'm not sure.
I think he's in South Carolina.
I don't know. That's something.
Yeah, look up
hopefully,
Cook transmission, or it's either Cook or Cooks.
Well, I think it's something we can probably ask around too, because so many of all our friends are going to be here at the show, so we kind of ask around, and that's something. Just make sure you ask.
I know quite a few people around here use that guy.
Okay. So. Oh, okay. Cool. Good deal. All right. Matt says, does anyone sell just a bare billet center section?
Yes.
Yes, and that would be BLP.
Yep.
Yes. I'll let you say it because I know. Oh, actually, Glenwood Motorsports says Cooks is in Cowpens.
There you go.
South Carolina.
Cowpens. Yep. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, that's just right down the road.
Yeah, there's quite a few people that use him, like locally around here. I mean, and everything I've seen, he's done a great job. So.
Mm-hmm. Oh, here's one for you, Steve. Michael says, Cooks in Lancaster, but here is Michael says, is it possible just to buy a 604 crate short block?
It is, yes. Or actually, what they call a short block is you get the block, crank, rods, pistons, cam bearings. So that's it. That's the short block. But because we've been having shortages on 604s, and I'm trying to fulfill orders that I've been waiting on since May for customers who've had deposits since May, we were looking at starting to piece these things together. And as of 2 weeks ago, there's not a short block or a block available in the United States.
So in theory,
So in theory, if it was the good times or the olden days, then yes, yeah, you can get a short block.
Yeah. So we got a couple of Cooks is either in cow pens or Lancaster. Lancaster. Yeah. I know there's a couple ways of saying it. And yeah. But either way, South Carolina in that same area.
Yep.
Good deal. Why we're right at almost about time to wrap things up. Maybe we get a couple final questions in here. Otherwise, do you have any other final words, pre-show words here?
No, I'm good.
Okay. Well, here we go. We got one more question. Trina says, in Crate Racing USA, it says no individual cylinder tuning, but it says Willie's equalizer is legal. Please explain, and are Super Bowls legal?
So Willie's equalizer does not do individual cylinders in the sense that it's not fuel injection. So
yeah. And then Super Bowls, all the Super Bowl is
it eliminates the needle and seat.
Yeah. It's a reservoir for the fuel rather than being able to be sloshed around. And actually, we've got a video on the Super Bowl system.
Yeah, I mean, you were actually the one that introduced the Super Bowl to the world. So yeah, no, the Super Bowl is a great invention. The equalizer is an equally great invention, in my opinion. But no, I mean, no, it's not individual because you're dealing with 4 barrels and you got 8 cylinders. So no, it's not individual. Yeah.
It does try to even out the fuel distribution of those cylinders.
Thing,
yeah. So instead of all of the fuel getting dumped into just one side, I mean, inside of your carburetor, the butterflies, and they create like this D shape. And normally, a lot of times, all of the fuel dumps.
Plus the intake manifold, you got shorter runners and longer runners in an intake manifold, and yeah, so it's not individual tuning. Now, individual cylinder tuning is going to end up being, fuel injection if we're talking carburation. Other than that, I mean, yeah, no, that's about it.
It just does try to just even out the distribution of the fuel.
I mean, there's other ways to individually tune cylinders, but that's going to be, on a dyno reading detonation per cylinder and, changing a bunch of shit that way. Usually with ignition timing.
Oh, gotcha. All right. Well, we got last few comments here. Chuck says, good evening, Kate and Steve. Cheers from Tennessee. Chuck, I hope you'll be coming down to Hickory to join us. And J. Mike Burns, good show. Thanks. Thank you so much for being here. And Kevin says, good show. Thanks. So, keep it going. And I think we've got some good parting words for the show to wrap things up. I want to thank you all for being here. Thank you for being part of this show. You can catch us later on the Racing Insiders podcast and any of the podcast players. Catch us on the Crate Insider YouTube and Facebook channel. Definitely go and like the Cars Racing Show Facebook page. Go get your tickets. See us there at the show. And to wrap things up, I'm going to quote Chuck Wilkerson, who says, let's go, Brandon. Well, have a great week, and we will see you guys next month. I'll be back much sooner than that. But let's go. Oh, one last thing.
It sucks ass that CJ Rayburn died.
Yes.
So,
cheers.
Condolences to him, his family. And
Godspeed, and cheers to CJ Rayburn and all of his contributions to the sport.
And Betty White.
Oh, my God. And that's terrible, too.
All right.
Sorry. All right.
I ruined your
you almost.
But we can do it again. Let's go, Brandon.